my name is Destiny, and today this video is going to be about why moving from your hometown can really be life-changing. I hope this video can give you all a new perspective on moving by sharing my own experience as well. So most of us grew up believing that our hometown is our life. It's where our family is, our friends, and our memories. It's where we felt the most comfortable at. And when you're surrounded by the same thing for years and years, you don't really question it. Everything just feels normal, it feels safe. But what a lot of people don't realize is that your hometown doesn't just shape your memories, it shapes the way you think, it shapes the way you behave, your attitude, the way you see yourself, and even the way that other people can perceive you. Sometimes without even noticing it, you can get stuck in a version of yourself that no longer fits who you are trying to become. So today I'm going to be talking about why moving away from your hometown can completely change your life. I chose this topic because I've actually lived it. I moved to a different state and left everything that I was familiar with behind and had to figure out life in a whole new place. And even though that experience was uncomfortable at times, it really opened my eyes in ways that I would have never expected, mentally, emotionally, and even work-wise. So today I'm going to be going over 3 main reasons on why moving away can truly be life-changing. First, how your environment shapes who you are. Second, how moving creates new experiences and opportunities. And third, how it leads to personal growth and independence. So first, your environment has a huge impact on who you are as a person, even more than most people realize. When you grow up in a place where people form these opinions about you early on, sometimes based on who you were as a kid, a teenager, in high school, during these hard moments in your life, a lot of the time those opinions don't change, even when you do. Your hometown holds your past, your mistakes, your habits, your reputation, and it can feel like no matter how much you grow, people still see this old version of you, and that can truly be discouraging, especially if you worked so hard to change your mindset and your goals. It becomes harder to grow when your environment constantly reminds you of who you used to be, instead of supporting who you're trying to become. In the article, Leaving Your Hometown and Why Is It So Important by Abigail Guevara, she explains that staying in the same environment can trap people in familiar routines and expectations. And when you leave, you separate yourself from those patterns that no longer serve you. When you move, nobody really knows your past unless you tell them. You get to rebuild your identity from scratch. You get to choose what parts of your life that you want to share with someone, and that freedom alone can be so life-changing. Next, moving away gives you experiences and opportunities that you don't just get from staying in the same place. When everything around you is new, like the city, the people, the culture, the jobs, you're forced to adapt. You're forced to go out and learn, and you grow from that. And from my own personal experience, being in a new state completely shifted my perspective on life. I met people with different backgrounds, values, goals that I have never heard of before. And I learned new ways of thinking, communicating, and working. And even in my job that I was introduced to, I learned new opportunities that would have never existed for me if I were to have stayed where I once was. In the article, 3 Reasons to Consider Leaving Your Hometown by Holly Burns from New Trader U, she explains that moving increases exposure to growth and self-development and independence. And when you change your environment, your world gets bigger, your possibilities get bigger. Sometimes staying in your hometown feels safe, but safety can quietly turn into stagnation, and you stop changing yourself. You stop taking risks. You stop dreaming bigger. Moving into unknown territory, and that alone is where the true growth begins. So lastly, moving away really builds your growth and independence in ways that staying in your hometown usually doesn't. And when you start fresh somewhere, you can't rely on the same safety nets anymore. You have to learn how to stand on your own. You learn how to manage your money, your time. You learn how to deal with stress, with failure, with loneliness, with even your success. And while that can feel like overwhelming sometimes, it really does build your strength and confidence. Starting over also shifts your mindset. When everything you're building is yours alone, you naturally become more focused on your goals, and you stop waiting around for people. You start taking action on your life, and you start realizing that if you want something to change, you have to change it yourself. If you're struggling where you're at right now, a new environment can really completely reset your mental space. Sometimes it's not that you aren't capable, it's that your environment keeps pulling you backward instead of pushing you forward. So moving teaches you independence in a way that can really change who you are, and that independence helps you see a new version of yourself. In conclusion, moving away from your hometown can truly change your life in ways that you don't always expect. Today I talked about how our environment shapes our identity, how moving opens doors to new experiences and opportunities, and how it builds personal growth and independence. Leaving your hometown isn't about running away. It's about choosing growth over comfort. It's about placing yourself in a new position where you're forced to evolve, even when it feels uncomfortable and uncertain. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do for yourself is leave. Leave what feels familiar so you can truly become who you want to be. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This video, it took me a while to make, but I really tried to share what my perspective was on everything. And I hope this can, if you guys decide to ever leave your hometown, I hope this video, did something to help push you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and thank you.